Well, if you think that the previous one was the final act of the Archon-Event Quest, well, it's not actually. This time we're going to do the Mona part of the event Archon Quest. What we're going to do is go back to Golden Apple Archipelago and rendezvous with everyone to find the last piece of the uh the highly expanded island. And of course, we'll get us a little bit of a sneak peek of Mona's faction called the Hexenzirkel, aka the Coven of Astrologists.
Everyone, over here!
Is everyone awake now? Mona says that she has something important to tell everyone.
The first glimmering daybreak after the return of the Immanakreich most certainly revitalizes one's innermost spirits.
What Main Fräulein means is that she is ready to take on the next challenge.
Yeah, we're rested and ready too!
Alright, then I'll get to the crux of the matter. I just peeked into my scry glass and there's a new mirage forming on that island over there. And I have a feeling that this one is my mirage.
Oh, so now it's Mona's turn. You were with us for all of ours. Seems like it's time for us to go with you into your...
Well, I'm sure there's nothing to see, really.
Lady Magistus, are you embarrassed?
No, absolutely not. It's not like I'm worried about everyone judging me after seeing my embarrassingly pathetic mirage or anything.
This emphatic no sounds rather like a thinly disguised yes.
Well, astrologists are often regarded as something out of this world, right? But what if my mirage is nothing like that?
Fret not. Your prinzessin is not so foolish as to entertain preconceived notions on how thy mirage should or should not present itself.
Oh yeah, it's just like what happened
Yeah, me neither.
previously.
Not that I have low expectations of you, Mona, but personally, I think you're a kind soul. And you shouldn't feel like you have to live up to anything more than that.
I'm sure Mona's mirage will stay true to her kind heart.
Yeah, just like with Fischl's Mirage.
Yeah, and it's not like we're going in there just to do some sightseeing. There's other reasons too, right?
Really? Well, okay then. I suppose I'm not worried as long as everyone doesn't get too excited. Alright then, let's get going.
Let's get going fast. The final act. The final part. And the rest is it's just gripe for promo gems. I hope they can retain they could make this brand new place from last year.
According to my scry glass, we've arrived at the Mirage. Okay, let's find the entrance first.
A Paimon looking hat.
Is that it? Over there?
Ah, this.
This looks like some kind of pool.
Oh, I'm about to say coming up from that tower. Well.
We're not gonna have to swim to get in, are we?
Huh? Wait, do we have a non-swimmer among us?
No, I don't think that's the real problem here.
Someone's scared, huh? Well then, I'll go first.
And there she goes. She's gonna show off her oh-so-perfect swimming skills now.
Please be mindful of your wording, Main Fräulein.
Oh, right.
See you later.
Whoa! Mona dived right into the pool and disappeared. Let's catch up with her.
Okay, got here.
What a spectacular structure.
Wow. I've never seen anything like this. Hey, Mona, your mirage is amazing.
Though it falls short of the glorious Immonakreich, one must admit that it is an impressive realm nonetheless, Lady...
At least it's not showing me getting lectured by the old hag. Thank goodness. Well, what else would you expect of a genius astrologist's mirage? Okay, let's get started.
What's that? Wait, are those Conria ruins? Don't tell me that Mona was also half Conria? Just like with... Never mind, we'll continue that. Rejection platform starts shadow lamp. Yeah, so it's not a puzzle. Required sun shards. The asterism shard inscribed deeper astronomical pattern. We'll have to match the pattern of... Yeah. Okay. It's hard to be matched. Just a lot. Can't be this one, is it? Yeah, this is more.
You want to learn some Favonia's blade work? Alright then, I'll teach you. Oh yes, I'll teach you alright. Mark my words. More speed.
This one again. Mission items. Weird. Why is this dragon spine saw?
Whoa! It's open!
Oh, I better get the other fragments. This is just like... Cosmos Cosmos Mirage. I can properly.
More speed.
How is it correct? Was it with the constellation things? Constellation. Nope. Something isn't right. Oh. See that? I think we got it right.
There's a star over there. And now it's gone. Let's follow it. It's made its way inside.
What now?
I've always been very proud of my talent in astrology. Huh? What in the... Is that my voice? I believe that astrology is a valuable discipline and that it is capable of revealing the inner workings of this universe. That's me talking to myself. When people discovered I could perform divination, they began to bombard me with inquiries. When is my missing son going to be found? Do they love me or not? Will I ever recover? Being the honest person I am, I told them exactly what I saw through the scryglass. Though honesty may bring about resentment, I couldn't lie in the face of such a noble art. Astrology is a scam. That's insane. Can you please leave me alone now? I need some space. It felt as if I was being stabbed with razor-sharp knives formed by their disappointment. I could see the future, yet I felt miserable, as if I'd fallen into an abyss.
Oh, you shouldn't hit those. You cannot jump.
Lady Magistus, this is heartbreaking.
Please don't try to comfort me. It'll
Come on, you don't need to pretend in front of us. You need a hug.
No, that was really how I felt back when I first started out in astrology, but I've matured now. I'm no longer so easily swayed by random people's opinions.
Who would have thought? Even Magistus, the court archmage, was not spared of vexatious times in her career.
It must have been difficult to be misunderstood by others. I'm glad that you were able to move past that.
Actually, there are many who have given up astrology due to similar circumstances, but I am a genius, so it's only fair that I'm able to accomplish what others cannot.
It's pretty inspiring to hear you say all that in an amazing place like this.
Yes, good. Keep going.
Sorry to interrupt, but the door is that way.
All right. I'll let you shower me with praise after all the mysteries are solved.
Yeah, continue with all this stuff.
Huh. The surroundings appear to have changed. This isn't the beach we originally left.
The area appears to be the mountains of Mondstadt. Wait, Have we been sent back to Mondstadt?
Yet the boundless ocean still surrounds us.
There should be another pool around here for us to enter.
Over here, y'all!
Why isn't it letting us enter?
Oh, something seems to be floating on the water there.
Is it a painting? Or what is it?
It seems to be hinting at a specific place.
It is anticipating that the Princessin would guide her loyal followers to the location that has been chosen by fate.
Why is it always you that has to take the lead?
The mission played by 4. Yeah, I have to go that location. The mountains of Mondstadt. Let's see Ganodermas. Mondstadt plants.
More speed.
It just feels like, yeah, there's some Mondstadt place, but core of, a core of Liyue, and the rest of it is in Muzuma. Have to deal with this guy first.
Bam!
Just have to climb up there. Right. There is a shard. Another shard. Just have to clear the entire place. The right one. Get another this. It's not right. find some hints or something. Is it just like last time? Let me see. Hmm. It's not right. be multiple. This is confusing than the previous. I guess I better look after it. Oh, see that? Just look at the star. Okay. The bomb's right there. Yeah, so it's look like shaped like a hat. Let's see. It was sideways. Oh There we go.
There's another star! Let's follow it!
Okay, there's nothing here. There's 2 to go. So how to look at the puzzle followed by the star? Okay.
Astrology reveals the truth unreservedly. But not everyone is willing to accept their fate, no matter. Running into difficulties is part of practicing the craft. I must also become stronger myself in order to convince people. I once met an adventurer on a mountain who also happened to be picking fruits. He was even kind enough to share some with me, so in return, I agreed to perform a divination for him. The results were terrifying. I advised him to give up adventuring as soon as possible, otherwise he could meet his end within the next 2 years.
Mirage Mace. Oh.
He fell silent for a while. Surprisingly, he didn't doubt the results of my divination like others had, but he looked quite perplexed. Even so, I have to keep going. Adventurers can't just give up in the face of hardship. With that, he picked up his pack and headed for the peak. However, try as I might, I could never forget that incident. Why is that?
There's another challenge, puzzle thing.
Oh, we're back again.
So, Mona, is that adventurer dead now?
That was the only time I ever saw him. And that was more than 3 years ago, which means he's no longer alive.
But isn't there still a chance that he's alive? You know, like maybe you just made a mistake.
You can't call it divination if you reject anything bad and believe the good unreservedly. That's just self-deception. Of course, casually performing divination for fun might be a different matter, but in my field of expertise, there's no room for lies. To contradict my own reading would be a blasphemy against astrology.
Cruel, but truthful. Such is fate.
I don't usually say things like this, but while we're on the topic, I really hope you don't confuse astrology with those fortune stick peddlers that you see. Astrology does not exist to please. We astrologists are here to verify and witness the truths of this world. Ugh. Which is why astrology is a disdained profession. It is a mighty art, but unfortunately one that annoys people nonetheless.
Why dost thou protest so much, Lady Magistus? Thou seems not to be the sort with whom one would be loath to be associated.
What Main Fräulein means is that she's glad to be friends with you.
No, that's not exactly what I said. Whatever has gotten into you, Oz, you misinterpret my utterances with increasingly alarming frequency.
Oh my, why could that be? Perhaps I have been concerned that Main Fräulein could offend her friends and have been attempting to soften her words.
Although you're the only astrologist I know, you've left an awesome impression on me. You're not annoying at all. Those who go snooping around for secrets, yet ignore whatever they don't want to hear, they're the ones who should reflect on themselves. Knowing your fate doesn't come cheap.
If one could simply avoid fate with just a few words, no one would have to endure the pain of parting. Mona, don't take others' comments to heart. Follow your heart, and never forget what's right.
Oh, I don't need comforting, thank you very much. I'm very tough, you know. Oh, well then... thank you.
What dost thou say? Speak up and offer your highest reverence and blessings to the princessin.
Okay, Your Highness. Instead of making a scene, why don't you go collect the other fragments in the new location reflected by the pool?
Mein Fräulein, you are the only one with eyes sharp enough to locate the secrets.
If that's the case, very well. I shall proceed to the beach.
We go swimming.
Let's go,
Again.
Mona.
Oh, okay. Coming!
Get going too. Wait, that wreck structure.
We've returned here once more. Looks like the story's not finished yet.
Yep. Okay, which one? Oh, it's not this one. No, that's not right. Try to do this and this and that. Okay, oh yeah, I think this one, yeah? This one and the bottom one. Oh, no, that's upper. This one at the upper part and this one at the lower part. Let's go. There's one more to go, but nothing. Enough. We don't have enough puzzle pieces, do we? Wait, don't tell me that looks like something. You see this shape? It's not right. She wasn't supposed to be here. Vision, right? Don't blame her for having low sales. It's glass. No, it wasn't. Move lower fragment, upper fragment. Remove fragments. Oh, there's one. What's the bomb part? Oh, we do not enough. We do not have enough.
More speed.
Not enough. So, these fragments basically have their own patterns instead of mixed patterns. Oh dear, oh dear. How do we remove that? It's wrong, that is indeed wrong. Or oh. Oh. Must be different. Oh yeah, of course. Right. Go for the astro puzzle. Oh. That's gotta be a hard one. Let's find that star. Let's find that little star. First. Gotta be around here somewhere, is it? We'll have to look up. Oh no. We can't climb back up. Well, that is that. Oh wait. Yeah, I can. Okay. We can't climb back up. Wait. Oh yeah, right here. There's a hint. It's like someone just running. Where's the pattern here? Maybe this one, and then maybe this one. I think it's right here, right this area. That's right. So there's 10. No, that's it. That isn't right. Could be. Right. Oh wait. there you have it.
It's another star!
And we got another Asterism shard. They look like a silly.
Huh? It stopped by the water, but didn't go in.
Ah, yeah.
Seems
On. This must be another puzzle. How to get another star? Whoa. Like a tree or something. Not really a tree. At the bottom one first. Go.
Oh, there's another star here. Was the first star waiting for this one?
How do I get up there? Again? Oh, yeah. Oh, this cannot be rotated. Oh, this? Oh, yeah. a ladder. Ah. This is better not miss these. You notice just move little. Never mind. How come this is longer than the previous one? And of course the puzzles. Puzzling. It's the other star. Yeah. It's actually another passageway. Now we're going to see what happened.
Oh, wait, how the...
Another house in Mondstadt?
What are we doing in my house?
So this is your home?
Your house? This is your...
My, how unexpected. I heard Lady Magistus lived a modest life. But this abode...
Look at the labels on these books on the ground. Only one of its kind? 990,000 mora? Hey, that's super expensive!
There are so many expensive-looking hardcovers over here. So this is what an astrologist's room looks like.
The rooms are exquisitely designed. This place must be very expensive.
Hey, I'm just occasionally out of mora, that's all. I never said I was a pauper.
So basically you spent all of these books?
You're not? Oh, so what about those times I treated you to meals and had you over to my place for dinner?
Mein Fräulein, mind your phrasing.
Thou wert blessed with the coveted opportunity to enter the palace of the Immanok Reich and meet with the Kaiser and Kaiserin der Verurteilung. Or hast thou conveniently forgotten this magnificent occasion?
Oh, yes! The stew and cold cuts your mother made were heavenly. I could go for some more of that right now.
Lady Magistus, this is not the time for such things.
Is that Mondstadt cuisine? I want to try some. I heard Mondstadt has lots of local delicacies, especially meat dishes.
Oh, I'm feeling hungry.
Then I shall extend to you the honor of meeting the Kaiser and Kaiserin with me on a future occasion. Really? Hey, we should go too!
Now that you mention it, it has been a while since I visited a friend's house. I shall gladly oblige. Oh, but shouldn't we bring some sort of gift?
Those two are very kind and understanding, so please, don't worry about that. Just bring yourselves.
You seriously have to try her mom's cold cut platter. It's her specialty or something. Anyway, it's simply delightful.
Not to interrupt, but perhaps we should start working on the puzzle at hand? Ever since I entered this place, I have found myself most preoccupied with that ornament.
Oh, right.
This is Mona's house. Let's take a look. It's like a typical home. There's some cheese over here. And favorite salad. Touch this special. Are we heading somewhere? Outside? And we're back again.
Astrologists are able to understand the most complex signs among the stars. And because of this, we are not allowed to show any arrogance. If one believes that astrology grants them unlimited power, they will face banishment by the stars. In the past, I was ignorant enough to think that I understood all fates in the universe. Maybe it was some form of punishment. But I became lost. I couldn't see the stars any longer. You should not get confused. If you should become confused one day, not even astrology will be able to help you then. That's what the old hag said. We astrologists can't predict our own fate. But today, those words seem to carry a different meaning.
There goes another star.
I understand now that people won't always follow a beacon's guiding light. Even though the way forward may be dark and dangerous, they will still resolutely forge ahead. Fate is called such precisely because it cannot be altered or reversed. I understand the governing laws of the universe, and have glimpsed secrets between heaven and earth. Observing it is enough for me. There's no need to force it to change. There are no perfect legends and no heroes that can save everyone. Instead of dwelling on my helplessness, what I should do is seize my own destiny.
Whoa.
What a magnificent view!
Lady Magistus, I believe this is the firmest evidence yet of your immense genius. You truly are the greatest archmage in the history of the Immonakreich.
Thank you. Although the Immonakreich really doesn't have that much of a history.
Stars like diamonds and the moon like a pearl. This is the most brilliant night sky I've ever beheld.
It's beautiful. To call up such a mirage, Mona must have a vast and boundless sea of stars in her heart.
Oh, I'm just thinking. These must be the things that we aspire to. This night sky is incredibly beautiful. In fact, I might go so far as to say it's even more beautiful than what I usually see in divinations. All the stars are in their rightful place. This is definitely my mirage. Only here can I see extraordinary sights like these.
Extraordinary? Why do you say that?
You know, the night sky of Tevat is truly marvelous. All the answers in the world seem to have been hidden within. When is my missing son going to be found? Do they love me or not? Will I ever recover? As your stars move across the sky, they record all your life events in their path. And among all the people in the world, a considerable number will see their stars deviate from their path. When your stars are on track, it means you will be healthy, happy, and at peace. Conversely, if your stars go off track, everything will get worse. The starry sky in my divinations would never look as perfect as this. Some stars would lose their way, and others would fall. I wish everyone could be happy and stay on track. To this end, I offer advice and tell the truth. I know it's useless. All fates are already revealed in the night sky, with mine too, just another among them. I can't change anything, even so. Outside of astrology, outside of the words of truth, I still cling to the wisp of an irrational fantasy. We must all live within the confines of reality, but call me presumptuous. But I still believe in miracles. In this vast sea of stars, there are stars for you, for me, for everybody. What are the chances of one star encountering another? Are these encounters not the most wonderful miracles in all of destiny? I don't know, but within Tevat, the stars in the sky will always have a place for us. Even if astrology is resolutely rational, fate remains arbitrary, cruel, but romantic. I think I have figured out what those stars are hiding. Now I will seize my own destiny.
That's it?
There was a transparent bird made of crystal. It was beautiful and fragile and could sing the most beautiful songs. But since mortals couldn't see it, they believed it to be a trick. How could a transparent bird possibly exist, let alone sing? When the bird heard that, it flapped its wings and flew across mountains and seas all the way to the night sky, where it turned into a star. Its brilliance was so dazzling that it illuminated everyone. It allowed all those that could see it to follow its light through the dark night, to sail through the seas under the guidance of the stars. It was born in wisdom, but trapped in ignorance. It has never voiced a complaint, for this is its destiny. Guiding people to see their destinies is the very meaning of its existence.
We're back here again! So, are we completely out of the mirage?
How strange. My mirage didn't contain any hints on the Fatui or the machine. Does that mean they had nothing to do with these mirages after all? Or perhaps these mirages are a mere consequence and not part of a process at all?
Paimon
I mean, these mirages were not steps towards solving the mystery, but rather a direct effect of whatever's going on. Someone did something to bring the mirages into being. As they were just passive side products, it was natural that they couldn't provide us with any useful information.
In other words, those mirages were only about ourselves.
Pure materializations of ourselves. Interesting.
Everyone, maybe we should go back to where this whole thing began. During our first day on the island, the Traveler and I checked out the Fatui camp together. We found a strange machine there, as well as some disoriented Fatui. The researcher who spoke to us claimed that the machine was just a Fatui industrial invention. He even promised to not disturb us.
Right! And the Cappy Cap guy looked half asleep the entire time. He kept talking nonsense.
I wonder, is it possible that madness and mirages are two different outcomes of the machine's influence? If so, everything can be traced back to that damaged machine. Except for the difference in how it affects people. This, I believe, is caused by differences between the affected people themselves.
Oh. When you put it that way, it is indeed difficult to distinguish dreams and hallucination. So what you're saying is, the device affected us differently because we are different from the Fatui.
Yes. And according to our observations over these past few days, I think the difference is that we all have stronger willpower.
Yeah, I can get behind that. People with strong willpower will hallucinate instead of falling into madness. But those who break too easily can't maintain a stable mirage.
In other words, we should go back to the Fatui camp and destroy that machine right away!
No, it should be repaired rather than destroyed.
What Mein Fräulein means is that rashly destroying a machine we do not understand may lead to more serious consequences. It would be better to find a way to repair it first.
Yeah, not to mention that could be a driving power of the entire archipelago, I guess.
Right. It pays to be cautious.
If my guess is correct, that machine is capable of influencing the human brain. So we'd better tread carefully.
So let's go now! There's no time to waste!
Right, back to that camp with the power plant thing. First, oh. Talk to the Wave Rider. So this is it. I think this is the final part.
Ahoy there! You're finally here! I've been waiting for a long time. Even my deck is getting burrs. But this boat, does this boat even have a deck? This is a dinghy at most! Ha ha ha! Who would have thought that I, the notorious pirate ship commanded by Akko Domeki, would one day end up like this?
So, you're a big pirate ship? But who's Akko Domeki?
What? You don't even know who Akko Domeki is? Akko Domeki Simon? Defender of Serai!
Oh, Sarah
The name
Island.
of the most feared pirate ever to sail the seas!
The one with the gigantic lightning bolts,
Who
and
would
that
have thought?
and that purple bird. No. Yeah, obviously that purple bird, Sarah Island. Yeah, way back.
Nope, the name doesn't ring a bell. Alright, Mitaboru, you told us to come here, so tell us, what is this all about?
It doesn't ring a bell because it's long forgotten.
It feels so weird being called that all of a sudden. You see, as I said, I'm here because I drifted here. So I'm thinking my original body must be nearby. It feels strange using the word body. But I do need to find it as soon as possible. I've lost track of how long I've been sleeping here, but I'm certain my companions will still be waiting for me. I need to find my body, get shipshape, and return to them as soon as possible.
Right.
Aye, but I can't make it there on my own. After all, a talking ship is just a ship. It still needs someone at the wheel. Let's make a deal. You help me find my body, and I will help you find treasure in return.
Treasure?
I'm a pirate ship after all. Call it a pirate ship's intuition, or some kind of sixth sense. Either way, the moment I woke up, I could sense that this area is filled with valuable treasures. You have my word. A pirate ship always finds its treasure. Ah, or may I be blighted with barnacles. What say ye, me hearties? Do we have an accord?
Let's help Meteoro. If he finds his body and we get treasure in return, everybody wins.
So? Will you help me or not? Great! Well, there's a place I wanted to go to as soon as I woke up. Based on my pirate ship's intuition, there be some big treasure hidden there. Arr, let's head there and search for it.
Time to set sail.
On Summer River. We go there first, or yeah, check out the machine. I think we better do that later. Either are world quests. Everyone's gonna get very busy when they visit the island, the archipelago again. Alright. I have to find a way to fix this Fatui Machine thing. Oh no.
Hey, look! Isn't that the same guy we saw on our first day here?
Yeah, of course it's him.
Everyone's gone crazy. Everyone should get out of here.
And he's drunk. He drank too much vodka.
Well,
I mean, Schneider vodka.
You'll never wake up. But I was right, my precious. You are invincible.
Precious? What's his precious?
A miracle machine. Definitely not impossible.
I think he's referring to that machine.
What a drunkard.
Oh, goodness. The smell of alcohol. Main Fräulein, please allow me to fan the fumes away with my wings.
Oh, excellent. Please, fan them away for me, too.
Certainly.
I've checked the surroundings, but there's no one else here. Isn't that strange? The Fatui is a big organization, but he's the only one left at this camp. What's more, we didn't even see him the last time we were here. Even the larger gentleman from the first time is missing. I think they must be hiding somewhere. As for why they may be hiding, I'm afraid we'll have to ask him.
Yeah, we have to wait till it's sober
But
up.
he's as drunk as tone-deaf Bard. Should we wait for him to sober up?
Cleanse him with the holy spring of punishment.
Main Fräulein means to splash him with water.
Oh, don't do it.
Ooh, sounds like a good idea. Let's try.
Oh my god.
Hey, he opened his eyes.
Huh?
Hey, are you one of the Fatui? Can you tell us what happened here and what that machine is for?
Fatui? Ha! Fatui. Those blockheads from the administration will regret it now. That's what you get for rejecting my research and forcing me to to conduct my research on this deserted island. My precious! My precious!
So, wasn't College being betrayed by?
Why is he crying? Looks like he has a lot of pent-up emotions.
You mocked me! And my precious invention. You don't know anything about the future. Only my invention can help us conquer the world.
So this guy's being rejected by the Fatui but building this machine?
Idiots! Such idiots! Ow! Don't hit me! I won't blow up the lab again. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
This man's gone insane. There's no way we can communicate with him.
He wasn't like this when we first met him. It looks like the effects have grown worse, to the point of driving him mad.
My manuscript. My manuscript. Only that can save.
Manuscript? Where is it?
Don't yell at me. Don't yell at me.
Official, don't yell at him.
Then I'll...
Let me try. Kind sir, look at me. Now tell me, where did you hide your manuscript?
No. No, don't force me to write a report.
Oh, he's damaged his
Go away.
He's completely lost in his own imagination.
Allow me. Please excuse me.
Oh! My butt! My brain is finally starting to work again. It's not a mushy mess anymore.
Can you tell me where you put the manuscript?
The manuscript. The manuscript is in the crack over there.
Finally! Otherwise, I was gonna have to blast some of my loudest rock and roll in his ears.
Kazuha hesitated for a long time before making a move. He's so nice.
Everyone, let's search the stone cracks nearby for the manuscript.
So this is actually the final part of the Archon-Event Quest. What's it? Cops manuscript. So we have to find the manuscript for repairing the machine. I think there's cracks around here.
More speed.
There it is. So they have to abandon the idea. That's why they're falling back where it came from.
Found it!
Congratulations! We found the key to solving the problem.
Let me see. Just as I thought. This machinery, named cognitive mimicry, is capable of altering the state of people's brains. It was invented by the researcher we met earlier. His name is Persakov. According to the manuscript, the Fatui officials did not support Persakov's research. They believed he had taken the wrong path, but Persakov insisted on putting his machine to use. In order to achieve that, he disassembled the machine and used his connections to transport the parts to this deserted island.
How did they find this island? The Fatui's intelligence network is not to be underestimated.
Yeah, that's what we're thinking. How did they make it into the island? This island, okay, this place, Golden Apple Archipelago, is filled with a lot of Abyss Order representative. All of it. But it's been contested by the Fatui for a while, but they fall back because it's been overrun.
Persakov was dead set on carrying out his experiments on this island. Most of his subjects were junior Fatui soldiers who all signed a waiver beforehand. It looks like they really thought this machine would benefit the Fatui.
How does the machine work?
That's most likely top secret. The manuscript didn't reveal any details, but Persikov did mention that the machine was modeled after the power of a god. Does that mean there's a god connected to these dreamlike mirages, and the Fatui found a way to research it?
Could it be... Wait. Presumably... The Tsaritsa?
Clearly. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been able to reproduce the god's power.
Anyway, Persikov's experiment did not go as planned. The machine broke down just days after it was activated. They tried to fix it, but the technologically illiterate Fatui soldiers completely ruined the machine. Even its most important component of all, the crystalline cores, got ejected and disappeared.
A testament to the importance of maintenance in all aspects of life. I believe we can all learn something from this.
Persikov may be a mad scientist, but he didn't want to see his subordinates suffer. Besides, if he didn't solve the problem, he would end up going insane as well. As a last resort, Persikov went out on his own to look for the cores. But he was just a sickly researcher, unfit for the task. He had to give up. Then, Persikov went searching for the soldiers who had gone mad and strayed from the group, and took them to a hidden cave.
I think that was where they were at the day we arrived on this island. Persikov was taking a strong Fatui soldier somewhere.
Yes, it took Persikov all of his strength to get all the missing soldiers into the cave. He tried to snap them out of it with music and poetry, but nothing worked.
We came here once, but there was no one around. Come to think of it, that must have been the day Persikov was busy gathering the soldiers into the cave.
There's good news and bad news written on the last few pages. The good news is, Persikov managed to figure out the location of the crystalline cores by piecing together the snippets of information he could get from the delirious soldiers. The bad news is Persikov failed to revive them and eventually succumbed to the device's influence himself. The last few pages of the manuscript are just unintelligible drunken scribbles.
It appears that the responsibility for this issue now falls to my retainers and I.
There's a map in the manuscript. The markings should indicate the locations of the crystalline cores.
Or outside this island. So this is like real. Okay, it's like here, turn around, then turn back and back again. This could be a long...
We've got no choice but to find the crystalline cores now!
So we must find the crystalline cores. The easiest one right here. Or nearest one right here. I think we should go for the nearest one first. So this is something we've never seen before. Like this over the hill chose wall. This one of the crystalline puzzle thing. To we will go. So right at the island. Well, let me recheck the manuscript so we could operate these. Stop. We're right here. This is turn left or right? Left or right? Turn right. 2 times turn left. That looks like, you know, a freaking rotating lock things, you know. Supposed to turn right, turn right twice, turn left once.
Aristocratic etiquette is all just for show. Just smile and nod along. I was forced to learn all of the rules by heart, but even I don't take them that seriously.
This should be one of the crystalline cores mentioned in the manuscript.
Sorry. It's another camp. Sadly, it's being overrun. See the manuscript again. Oh, there's 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. This one's 1 turn right, 1 turn left. This one. They're not alone. See this? This is a treasure holder insignia logo thing. Why am I the only ones got lost here? Or say got overrun? Side, turn right once, left, right, left, right, left, left. Right, left, right. One more right here. Left twice. 1 left twice. And right once.
More
2
speed.
down, 1 to go. See? Those guys sitting there guarding the place doing nothing. Fatui just rest right there, just leave them away. Oh, talking ship, let us help you to find your precious body and forget about the treasure. We don't need the treasure, right? Last, I could get through it. Oh. A wreckage? Oh, part of the shipwreck.
Is this really the right place? There's nothing here but a shipwreck. Oh, Mitaboru had better not be lying to us. Guess it's time to go back and ask our friend a couple of questions.
Good idea. We found the wreckage. The treasure is right inside of this damaged hull. Oh, dude, don't come over here, please. Rats. Oh, better not disturb us this time. Manuscript. Just one more. Here nearby the hall, and here nearby the stump thing. This one is good. Oh I forgot. Oh yeah, one right, left, right. This one right, left, right. Oh, you mean left, right, or left? Left, right, left. Great, what now?
Attaboy! Oh, coming through! Can't catch me!
Wait, this is nearby the stump, right? Oh, it is. Oh, it's just like this one. Left, left, right. Left, left, right. We said when we made a mistake. Ah, there it is. Hey, one with the hot. You sense a little.
Wingblade!
Never disturb someone who tried to pick the lock. He's concentrating, man. Wait, where is it? This is the hall. This is the hall. Hold on a second. There. Oh, must be there. It's the other hall. No, it's impossible. By here. Oh, there it is. Left, right, left. No, right, left.
We found all the crystalline cores! Let's put them back into the machine!
How did it go? Did you find anything valuable?
Yep, the valuable is the what's remained.
Baru!
We found the hull.
There's nothing on this island except for a shipwreck!
What? No! Impossible! Ah! I know. It must be because I've been sleeping for too long, and my intuition is not as sharp as it once was. As the saying goes, nobody's perfect, and certainly no boat's perfect either, right? Cut me a little slack, huh? The next place will be the one. I'm sure the next place will be full of treasure.
It better be! No more playing tricks on us this time!
You have my word. But, the next place is a little far away, and I'm not sure of the precise location. All I know is that it's somewhere northwest of here.
But there are so many islands in the northwest! Wait a minute. If you mean one of the larger islands, there are only 2 of them in the northwest.
Now that you mention it, I do sense the cawing of ravens coming from over there. But not just the sound of ravens, no. There be music as well. To be precise, the cawing is coming from the east, and the music is coming from the southwest.
So, you're hearing two sounds? Where could this darn treasure be? But where can you hear the sounds from both islands at the same time?
We're in between the two,
Oh,
of course.
you're right! Yep, that's exactly what Paimon was thinking too.
Arr! Then let's go over and take a look. Ha 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 ha! You know, I must say, it seems you two are quite close.
You bet! We've been on loads of adventures together and found lots of treasure before.
A best companion cast for hints of.
Arr! If only I'd been able to speak back when we were sailing on the sea, then maybe I would have been able to communicate with my companions just like you two. You seem to have so much fun together. All right, time to find the center location of these two big islands.
Alright, we'll do that later. The center of these two islands. It's right there. Yeah, this is where we discover one of the Fatui mechanism thing. But first we have to go back into the machine. You know what? I like rotating lockpicks. Very interesting. And the mechanisms are really, really unique. You have to rotate in the right way. If you don't, you recycle all the back, all the way back. Oh, this guy. He's too tired. Let's place an excellent course. Oh, it did worked. Came back to
We've
life.
inserted all the crystalline cores, Mona. Is that all we needed to do?
I think so. That's what the manuscript says, anyway.
Let's give it some time. Hopefully it'll return to normal.
Each time. Oh. Fatui.
Someone's in our camp. Hey, who are you people? Hold on. Look at the machine. Is it fixed? What? But Mr. Persikov is still lying on the ground over there.
We're the ones who fixed the machine. Yeah, you're welcome.
We could have had a nice, relaxing vacation if all of this hadn't ended up occupying so much of our time.
Apologize to me and my retainers at once.
Uh-huh? Oh no, I'm out of here. Hey! Don't leave me here on my own. Mr. Persikov's still there. We need to save him.
Those two definitely seem a little more lucid now.
It looks like we succeeded.
Yay! Let's get out of here then. Paimon wants to spend the rest of this vacation back at our own camp. Yeah, but it feels like our camp now. Kinda like our temporary home.
Good thing was Alice was there, but
Then
now she's
perhaps
gone.
we should call it
Somewhere.
the Embassy of the Imanakreich and Dodoland.
Should be all Dodoland.
No! That's too many words. Paimon would prefer something easy to remember. Come on, let's go home now.
Dodoland is nice. All thanks to Alice. Please, Mom. Alright, so let's go back to camp. Yeah, all is back to normal. Look at the sky. And still no Fatui either. It's just falling back, whatever. Back to the camp, but first we have to find out if the Wave Rider was saved. Or you might find yourself another clue where you ended up becoming a ship. I mean another clue. We found one, which is the wrecked hull. Oh wait, is that another hull? No. Broken one? Broken hull, I guess. Oh shoot. I'm up there again. Well, up there again.
Here we are! This is right in between both islands. There better be some treasure this time.
Maybe we need the monument. I'm up here. Hey, I'm climbing. Stop shooting some fiery arrows. Cheaters. You miss. You miss again while trying to recover the stamina. Of course Elden Ring has stamina. But this one is worse, my opinion. Elden Ring stamina is just for dodging and running. Oh yeah. Of course. Good. Group stamina just for the sake of dodging, attack, dodge, attack. So indeed, it was a part of Paul. Ah. So this is pure an instrument ship Paul.
Well, surprise, surprise! There's nothing here either except yet another shipwreck. Well, half a shipwreck anyway.
So we got both of the shipwreck hulls.
Was there no treasure this whole time? Oh. What does that mean? Oh, like they're ship friends. Hey, why don't we take a picture of the boat and show it to Mitaboru? Then he can confirm whether it's his body or not.
Yeah.
We have the pictures. Come on, let's go back and show them to Mitaboru. Mitaboru!
There you are! How did it go? Did you find something? Let me guess. You found a huge... Oh, a huge load of nothing.
Same as last time. Just another shipwreck. Maybe they're parts of your body. We took pictures of them. Take a look.
Is this a painting? I didn't know you two could paint so well. Just look at the detail. Down to the smallest blade of grass. It's just like the real thing.
We didn't paint this. We took it using a camera.
So it was drawn by a machine through some high-speed mechanism.
So even the mighty pirate ship has never seen a camera before.
What are you trying to say? It's not like I haven't seen similar things before. It's just like the hell paintings in all of those legends. But anyway, what's that thing in the middle of this picture?
That's the shipwreck we found. Take a look. Could it be your body?
Ha! Impossible! Where did this sorry ship come from? It's a total wreck! You may not know this, but I'm considered as the mightiest pirate ship of the Akodomiki fleet. My hull is made of the best wood found on Seirai Island. The edges of my frame boards were refined with folding saws so that the pieces fit together perfectly. Then they were joined together and reinforced with large rivets, making me indestructible.
But your intuition led us to shipwrecks twice in a row.
They're cut in half. Poor thing.
It's probably because of the special bond between all boats that draws us to one another. Before they ran aground, these ships may well have been self-aware too. The remnants of their spirit is most likely what I sensed. Anyway, this can't be my body. My body's probably docked at a hidden port somewhere in these waters. You'll see. My side panels are painted with the finest lacquer. What a majestic sight I used to be. Once we find it, you'll realize how different I am from this shipwreck in your picture.
That sounds great! We should go for a cruise together sometime.
That's for sure. I can't believe I sensed the wrong thing twice in a row. The lack of maintenance has really taken the wind out of my sails as far as my intuition goes. You have to apply cork once in a while if you want a long-lasting voyage. That goes for people, too.
What the heck is caulk? Is it the glue that holds all the parts of the ship together?
Ha ha! Paimon, you're a funny one, aren't you? No, but you're not that far off.
It's a bonding material.
Caulk is the stuff we use to fill the gaps between the planks to stop water from leaking into the ship. It's made of rubber or something. Every once in a while, you gotta caulk the gaps as part of the maintenance.
That means it translates to a synthetic resin.
Exactly. Which reminds me, I got some good rest when you two went on that little adventure. I'm sure I'll be able to sense where the real treasure is now. Third time's the charm. Time to get serious. We'll definitely find something this time.
Paimon sure hope so. Anything will do at this point.
What's wrong, Paimon? You don't sound like you believe me. Anyway, this time, I sense something in the southeast, on the sea surface. It doesn't feel like something very big, and that raises the chances of it being a small but valuable item. Ha ha ha! Come on, let's go.
You're going to southeast. How we really get it down here?
Mitaboru felt like it should be somewhere around here. Could it be this reef? It looks kinda small. But let's go check it out anyway.
Surely you found something this time. Have I finally convinced you of this mighty pirate ship's razor-sharp treasure hunting set?
All there was a bird's nest. So, yeah, technically there were a couple of eggs. But that was all.
Oh. Just the two, you say?
Really? So this is the valuable treasure you were talking about?
Paimon, you may not be aware, but the mightier the pirate ship, the longer its voyage at sea, you see. Eventually, the only food available on board is dry fish. At times like this, a couple of bird eggs on a reef nearby can easily become the most valuable treasure to a crew.
Mitaboru!
Okay, fine. But how the heck did I end up sensing eggs? How strange.
Means the time is changing.
I swear I sense something.
But there's nothing else on the reef! Could it be these two planks? Seems like they were used as a shelter. Paimon wonders where they came from.
Might be from the boat, the wreckage. Because, yeah, there is another hull. Oh. What is this text? Oh, it was indeed it was from
What
Zuma.
happened? What was that?
I know where this plank comes from. Traveler, Paimon, what you saw just now was my own memory. It was my first time sailing on the sea after I was built. The crew used greased planks to create a slipway, then launched me into the water. The thing is, it's really hard to control the angle at which the bow launches onto the water. It could very well break if you're not careful, which is why most people choose to launch the ship sideways instead. These two planks, or should I say, these two side panels, they must have been the first parts of my body to make contact with the water.
Mitaboru, if your side panels are here, does that mean...
Maybe I crashed into the reef here and was shattered to pieces long ago. And maybe the sensation I had when I woke up wasn't some kind of treasure hunting intuition after all, but me responding to my own body. There I was, making fun of that shipwreck, blissfully unaware that I was actually making fun of my own body. Ha ha! Ah, how embarrassing.
We don't know that for sure. Maybe your body is still in one piece. Yeah, these two planks are probably just, part of your family tree. Yup, could share the same roots. Even if it's not, there are loads of shipwrecks around here. These planks probably just belong to one of them.
But... thank you. Both of you.
By the way, Mitaboru, wasn't there something about your name mentioned in that memory? Do you remember your name now?
Oh, it's a pity. But I'm afraid I didn't see much more than you did. I still can't recall my name.
Oh, that's a shame.
Oh, it's not too bad. You and the Traveler can keep calling me Mitaboru. It's a good name.
Of course it is. Paimon picked it after all. So, Mitaboru, is there anywhere else you want to go?
Although I can sense two more places, I fear it will be the same situation as before. No treasures, only some driftwood.
It doesn't matter.
Arr, but I swore there'd be treasure in this deal for you.
Hey, it's okay, Mitaboru.
Well, in that case, whether it's treasure or not, let's hope you two can find something rather than nothing there. Ha ha! Good! Let's go to the closer location first.
There's two more locations.
Let's start by taking a look along the coast.
I'll have to deal with them, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Wait. And they're gone.
Sure enough, no treasure here. Paimon knows that. Paimon just can't help feeling a little disappointed, that's all. There's a wooden sword here. It looks like a children's toy. Hey!
It's not that... It's not that... not that small. It's too big for
The thing
Paimon.
I sensed. Could it be this wooden sword?
Surely it couldn't be a wooden sword.
Okay, give up, Simon. Sorry, but I'm down to spare your life. This pirate guy is named Simon, the Deathless Oni Serai. Well, Ito, you're not alone.
worry about. Paimon can still feel her head spinning.
Shiver me timbers! I remember now. The sea battle between Akodomiki and the Shogunate. And then the lightning that came at the end of the battle. Oh, what could it have been? Will blow me down. Just a fraction of the Thunderbird's wrath, and yet still so powerful. Wait, but the lightning came from Seirai Island. Traveler, have you been there? Do you know what happened to the island after that? No. I can't believe it. It was a truly terrible thunderstorm, it was. Ah, I don't have the words to describe the horror of it. We stood up against the Shogunate precisely because we did not want our homeland to be ruled by them. We wanted to protect the people of Seirai Island. We made an enemy of the Shogunate for the sake of Seirai Island. And in the end... Oh, Shrine Maiden, why? Wait, so that thunderstorm was the reason I drifted here. I was terribly injured in that storm. My whole body was falling apart. It took all my strength to get here.
Aw, Mitaboru. But what about the wooden sword? What does this have to do with it?
This wooden sword is made from my broken timber. Zaimon once seized a sword-wielding Magu with his barbed spear. The Magu drifted here with us. The wooden sword was probably crafted by local children, imitating the Magu's sword. The body of the mighty pirate ship that once fought against the Shogunate, now reduced to a children's toy of all things. Arr, my mind is awash with strange and complex feelings.
So, Mitaboru, should we take this with us? After all, it is a part of you.
No, there's no point taking this now. Young scallywags. The little landlubbers got me this time. Although it's disappointing now that I remember the truth, somehow I feel relieved too. At least I know what happened. The only thing I'm worried about now is my old mateys who drifted here with me. I wish I could know how they're doing. Aye, let's hope so. Okay, there's one last place. I can feel it. It's the last piece of my body.
On our way to the finishing point. Yeah, no treasure either, but it's worth it. It's worth it.
Is the last place somewhere around here?
Aye, most surely. The precise location seems to be in that house on the beach. Wait. Why a house? Don't tell me some landlubbers turned me into furniture!
They did. But
There are a lot of wooden planks on this conch house, but they don't look like what we're after. Oh! Could it be the one on the stone? What is it, though? A board nailed onto two wooden strips with a wooden mallet next to it? This is a musical instrument? Can it really make a decent sound? Why don't we try it out first before giving it to Mitaboru? Paimon's pretty sure this instrument hasn't been repaired in a long time. Well, this must be the last fragment of Mitaboru's body.
and some wood and ropes. They're kind of slowly trying to salvage the ship, but the pirates say it's not worth it.
How did it go? Did you find anything? This is indeed my last piece. But what the festering fishbait have they turned me into this time?
We think it's a musical instrument, but it hasn't been fixed for a while, so you can't really play anything with it.
Is that so? A pity to be sure. Musical instrument. I never imagined that my broken body could be used to play music. It makes me think of my old mates. They used to sing when the mood took them. They'd sit by the beach facing the campfire. Hey, what kind of sound does this instrument make? Why don't you give it a try?
It hasn't been caulked for a long time, so it might not sound as good as you're hoping.
It doesn't matter. Satisfy my curiosity.
So, they found a way back.
Aye, but since I was so badly damaged, it was the most I could do to bring them here. There was no way I could go back with them. It gladdens me heart to know that they are safe, but even though I said goodbye to them, I still can't help thinking, what if I could have gone back with them? Oh, how I wish we had returned together. With them, I would have been willing to go anywhere, no matter how dangerous. There are so many grand adventures for us to go on. So many treasures out there in the world, waiting for us to discover them. Why did I have to be left here, abandoned like this? I could do nothing but watch them leave and embark on a new journey without me. Laugh when you feel like crying, and press on when you feel like giving up. That's how you survive out on the ocean. Anyway, thank you for helping me remember all of this. Thank you kindly. I'm afraid, though, that they seem to have taken most of the treasure with them when they left.
Yeah, in a way, all the things you sensed really were invaluable treasures. To you, at least.
Aye, it's true. 'Tis a shame I can't repay your kindness. As a ship, there's only so much I can do. But, in the future, if I ever need your help again...
We'll be here for you, whenever you need us, Mitaboru. Right?
Fantastic! Thank you both. And if you ever voyage in these seas again, I will be your trusty companion.
Alright, so let's get back to the camp. So that's what's left of it. Or maybe tomorrow. Need to surf better, but... Such a nice little ship.
After coming home to a nice big meal, then having a long lie down, Paimon's finally starting to feel relaxed.
Is the hospitality of the Immonakreich to thy liking?
Paimon's loving it.
Wonderful. Main Fräulein invited you all here not only to witness the arrival of our Holy Land, but most importantly, she wished that you could all relax and enjoy the summer.
Great. Well, I've come to the right place. I love it here.
May this place become an eternal paradise.
Main Fräulein says she hopes to go on more adventures with you here in the future.
Of course. And you should come find me in Liyue when you get the time. I'll show you around. Oh, also, my friend runs the best restaurant in Liyue. I'm sure you'll love it.
Ah, Shangling, of course.
If you're into opera, you should go see Yunjin. She's the nicest person, and she likes making friends with new and interesting people. I'm sure the two of you will have plenty to talk about with your shared passion for theatrics.
Oh? If Lady Xinyan speaks so highly of it, then I must entertain the idea.
Traveler, I have a suggestion. There's a snack called roasted lavender melon in Inazuma, which goes rather well with fish. Why don't we roast some fruit and seafood for dinner tonight? Oh? Did you try it in Inazuma? That's great. You know, I want to follow your example and travel around the world. Hopefully, I can also make good friends along the way. That means a lot coming from you.
Ah, you're all here. I've noticed an issue. Although we've fixed the machine, as you can see, the mirages on the islands have still not disappeared.
I've noticed that too. But considering it took some time for the mirages to appear, it may also take some time for them to disappear.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
that's definitely possible. In other news, my scryglass seems to be working fine now. The divination results are also looking about right. Although there are some parts in the results that I don't quite understand. It's as if there is some sort of power surrounding us. And it's still watching us.
Do you think it's caused by the machine? Or perhaps Persikov?
Sorry, I'm also not sure. All I know is that the power is not hostile at the moment. Whatever it is, it doesn't seem to harbor any ill will toward us. Well, although there's nothing left to disturb us and we can finally kick back and enjoy our vacation, we still ought to be cautious while we're on these islands. I will keep seeing what the stars say every day.
I promised Fischl that I'd be her guard. I can help.
Good. I'll be counting on you. Goodness knows why those girls are so carefree about everything. I suppose it falls to me to be extra vigilant.
Oh, coming.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're gonna call the tone-deaf bard, right?
Well, no. I think he's sober now. It's no longer.
Well, hello there, strangers. You finally called.
He's
I
sober
thought you were
now.
having so much fun that you'd completely forgotten about me.
Nope. Oh, tone-deaf bard, a whole bunch of really strange things happened.
A strange machine that can imitate the power of a god? Wow. I didn't know the Fatui had plans like that. Their imaginations are truly running wild.
So, judging from your tone, it sounds like you don't know any more about this than we do.
Alas, I am but a humble bard who sings for his Mora in the tavern. Why would I know anything about it? But other than that, did you two have fun?
We did! We ate a lot of yummy food and saw loads of amazing things! It was really cool!
Why that?
That's good.
They say knock Shinobu.
The point of traveling is to record any feelings stirred along the way. As long as you had an unforgettable experience, this journey has served its purpose. As for the mysterious voice, although we don't know who it was, not only did she not harm you, she also helped you to gain a better understanding of each other, right? If you look at it that way, maybe she meant you well. I mean, if she was able to intercept Alice's communication tool, I'm sure she's also plenty capable of attacking you.
Tone-deaf bard is right.
This isn't just Alice's invention.
I'm glad to bring you some peace of mind. Just enjoy your vacation to the fullest. And don't forget to tell me all about the marvelous mirages when you get back. I want to record all these beautiful memories and turn them into ballads. Every summer will become an unforgettable song. Then I'll just wait for your return. Happy vacationing!
If Tone-deaf bard thinks it's okay, then maybe there's nothing to worry about. After all, Tone-deaf bard is still a god. We should probably trust him. Let's head back. We don't want to keep everyone waiting. Hold on. Didn't Fischl say earlier that she's going to catch some crabs? Oh, Paimon wants to go too! Now you have solved the mystery. Doesn't it make you feel happy? Satisfied? Don't worry, I won't hurt you. I'm just a little bird that sometimes flies by these islands, and am now watching you from far, far away. I just so happened to sense a power here that has something to do with me. I was curious, so I landed on the beach to quietly watch everything that took place on these islands. It was fascinating. The ones who came here to work were so busy, and yet I still saw genuine smiles on their faces from time to time. And then all of you arrived later on, bringing your glorious dreamscapes and wonderful willpower. Your dreams are like the pure and delicate bubbles floating on the water. The more beautiful the illusion, the more it fascinates me. I'm not able to travel myself, but I do admire free spirits like yourself. So, I helped them design a little something for you all. I hope you liked it. As I said, I don't have an agenda. I'm just a little bird. I stopped here to admire your lives, joys, sorrows, and all. You are a special person with a unique and brilliant glow. I decided to communicate with you in this way because I'm really curious about you. There's no need to wonder about my name. Maybe one day in the future, we will meet in another place.
I'll see you in summer.
When that time comes, I think you'll be able to recognize me.
Hey, what are you doing? The crabs don't catch themselves!
Oh, is that? Oh, that means we're so close. We're so close. That'll be on August. I think it's August. Count that. Let me count. Today is first. Wait. No, after this is the Yomiya rerun. Wait, not this one. August 25th, 4th, 24th. See when it. You'll see how it ends and how it starts. Yeah, the last thing we need is to finish it up. Ooh, I forgot about that. It's not this one. We're going to do some grinding after this, but we have to do the finish of the world quest, of course. It's right around here. The one I'm using is quite the meta. Meta for the Lord, of course. For the lore! I'm looking for the lore! Well, what's cross have?
Upon hearing of human dreams precious as gold, an insatiable evil dragon descended upon the kingdom. Oblivious to this ill, the king and his princess continued to debate the content of their meal. Meat or vegetable, though the princess' most loyal servant would have proposed both to end the squabble. But few knew his name, and fewer still cared for his counsel. And then the evil dragon appeared.
I'll teach you all right. Mark my words.
I'm gonna say,
Dreams like gold. I wonder if they will be flavorful. Dreams like gold. I wonder if they will be flavorful. Oh, these uneven tiles on the ground knock the wind out of my sails. Ah, good. Very good. Though you are puny, you harbor dreams grand enough for myself.
Be gone, evil dragon.
Evil dragon? How laughable.
A dragon as illustrated and thoughtful as myself should surely be granted enlightened as a title. My kin are known to covet treasure, yet I have found the dreams of puny man more enticing than jewels. It is most spectacular how man can stuff their minds with dreams, whether they be starving or full. Human dreams are more precious than gold, or so they say. Today I will see for myself if your dreams are indeed as filling as they are valuable. My hunger wears away at my control. I must feast as soon as possible. Puny king, if you value your own life and those of your kin, then offer up thy sacrifice thereupon.
And what now?
To see me as a coward, are your vile eyes mere reflective stones? Dreams and nobility are my lifelong pursuits. I will not give them up for you. Be gone, evil dragon. The kingdom won't cower before you.
I must urge that you reconsider, though courage fills your measly soul. Which choice is more favorable between sacrifice and annihilation? Some time will surely show. I will find some rest in your city outskirts, but before nightfall, I will return for my fill. If you fail to give, then I will take for myself. Your palace shall be my hunting grounds, and your halls my stove.
Knights and aristocrats share the same cultural heritage, but the knights had enough sense to do away with all the superfluous detail. At least good luck doesn't discriminate by clan.
Let's see what happens. This time is
Convinced that the king will in time provide a delicious meal, the hubristic dragon departed the castle for a short break. The righteous king had no intention to yield, and planned to call upon his banners to conquer evil.
I will defeat the dragon to protect our kingdom.
My child, you forget yourself. A princess cannot march. Your place is not in battle, but within the boudoir.
I have not forgotten your teachings. I cannot give up dreams and nobility. I should walk freely among our people, as a princess, but also as a warrior. With the dragon outside, I cannot just sit still.
You are a princess first. Moreover, I cannot bear to see you step into danger. Furthermore, you...
Rest assured, Your Majesty. By my side, her safety will be secure.
With no name or honor, how do you propose to protect her? Alas, say no more. I will summon the bravest warriors of the land to ride beside her.
I was forced to learn all of the rules by heart, but even I don't...
There were 3 celebrated warriors in the realm, each endowed with great gifts and known for skills spectacular. All waited patiently outside the palace, eager to step into the throne room. The forger of great legacies, the world-famous fighter, Attendant A. His glory is resplendent, and his travels the epics of the day. Within the realm, only the most ignorant have not heard of the hero, or given him acclaim.
But the knights had enough sense to do away with all the superfluous detail.
We have to choose one of these.
You say you didn't know? Here, I'll tell you all about my name.
See, this cloak has a very colorful history. Please listen carefully.
A phenomenal plan takes time to formulate. Use your brain, not your fists.
I think this one is worth. Place it in. Oh.
You say you didn't know? Here, I'll tell you all about my name. You say you didn't know? Here, I'll tell you all about my name.
The often indecisive and overcautious tactician, Attendant B. Specialist in surviving any and everything in one piece. Is he paranoid, or simply meticulous? No consensus exists.
Let's talk about this one.
A phenomenal plan takes time to formulate. Use your brain, not your fists. You think I'm afraid? Don't discount my field expertise.
And finally, our preeminent dragon slayer, Attendant C. Dragon slaying is a piece of cake, if you must ask me. The slayer recounted his many legends, showcasing spoils for all to see.
See, this cloak has a very colorful history. Please listen carefully.
The warriors have arrived. They are ready to fight.
Their names are so long and complicated. Why is that?
To project shock and awe, people often exaggerate their deeds.
Oh, I must be ignorant. I've never heard of such a trend.
Welcome, brave warriors. May you persevere and prevail against the obstacles ahead.
I swear upon all my past glory, a triumph for our princess is at hand. The princess need not fear with me by her side. The dragon will fall in no time.
A dragon poses no threat. My plan will make it flee with its tail between its legs.
Friends, you make fair points, but you may not even have to fight. My slaying prowess is acclaimed throughout our land. The dragon will tremble and scram.
So, accompanied by her loyal servant, as well as the 3 famed warriors, the princess set out on her quest.
Just smile and nod along. I was forced to learn all of the rules by heart, but even I don't take them that seriously.
Paimon, traveler, what did you think? Please tell me your thoughts. Terrific! Anyway, please stay tuned. There are 4 more acts in this play, and they'll be shown on various stages on the island. Don't miss out on the best show of Twilight Theater. You can watch the middle 3 acts in any order before the final act. And when the final act begins, please hold your breath for the grand, decisive battle. Stay tuned!
He said there are 4 more acts after this. If we see a stage on the island, shall we go check it out?
I think we found a way. Okay, it's right here. There are 3 purple houses. One right here, one right there, and the other is right there. That small monument. So first, we're gonna do this one first. Yeah, go the other way first. Swimming instead. Oh, that's not good.
I'll be back with a vengeance.
Maybe walk it. Oh, yeah, great. Oh.
Beg for mercy.
Bam!
Motion to compel.
Crush.
Be gone!
Let's roll!
Beg for mercy.
Is this an answer from this world?
When a tall man can't even reach. Alright. So this must be. first one, then we go to the other one, then go to the last one. Okay.
Still vowing to defeat the dragon, the princess followed the trail. The servant continued at his pace, shouldering all burdens without fail. Though the slayer scorned the servant, the loyal man paid it no mind.
If I bore his tools and freed his mind, perhaps a victory he shall find. He bears the sword of destiny, the blade of the chosen one. He will raise it before the dragon, and victory will follow in time.
As if hearing his thoughts, the dragon descended upon a village.
Let me see. Let me find... Is my golden dream right at hand?
Must be the dragon.
It should be my duty to banish the dragon.
Okay. Put here.
Let me see. Let me find... Is my golden dream right at hand?
Oh, dragon, no one would laugh at you if you were to flee in fear.
The human realizes not how comical he and his words appear.
Wise and merciful as I am, I will refrain from taking the bait. However, I pray you will live to regret what you say.
Mark my words.
For a dull human, you sure have a sharp tongue. Let's see it then, if among heroes you truly belong.
The princess has also finally caught up with her attendants.
It should be my duty to banish the dragon.
Your Highness, your permission to charge? With my blade and extensive experience, I will take this dragon apart.
Permission granted. Be on your guard.
I once slew a poisonous dragon and took this most precious reward. This cloak lets me evade any type of regard. I will bide my time and find the moment to strike the heart.
Ah, and here I thought you were privy to some special art. Did you plan to flee all along and have only been waiting for a chance to depart?
If the Slayer put on his cloak and walked into the crowd, who would be able to tell him apart?
Dragon, how dare you slander my name? Dragon, how dare you slander my name? Despite my patience and mercy, you have shown no shame. Bitter regret will be yours after I take aim.
By all means, please, go on. This enlightened one cannot wait to play your game.
Let's take it over there.
Silently acknowledging the request, the dragon twisted its features into a benevolent smile.
What do we have here?
In a flash, the dragon landed at the promised place. The princess and her loyal servant immediately followed apace. But the Slayer remained rooted in place. Has he somehow lost his faith?
I consider myself a fit man. A match for knights from the palace.
A dragon bigger than those from the rhymes, but I won't be scared.
Evil dragon, you'll see what I'm made of. Evil dragon, you'll see what I'm made of. I've climbed mountains, crossed lakes, traversed dungeons, and defeated your kin. To finally obtain this sword, the Blade of Fate. Leave now, otherwise this razor-sharp blade will cut you into pieces.
What must be a shining myth to you is but trivial babble to me. I will settle and not even move 2 feet. Attack as you please.
Simple villagers gathered to witness the scene. Many were fascinated by the blade's myth. A farmer came forward to try out the blade, but others wondered if hands that had only held a pitchfork could even grasp the hilt.
Hey, it's been all talk and no fighting. Give us a fight!
A dragon bigger than those from the rock.
I consider myself a fit man. A match for knights from the palace.
Huh? Why am I on stage? Why is everyone staring at me?
I consider myself a fit man. A match for knights from the palace. I thought I was strong enough, but I couldn't even shake it.
The farmer used all his strength, but the sword remained in place. As for the princess and her servant, they also declined to try their faith. The dragon observed intently, but its patience finally wore away.
Alas, I've grown tired of words and charades. When will a puny human finally save the day? Take the blade and strike me down, if you mean what you say.
A mighty dragon slayer shan't do your bidding.
A dragon slayer? You are but a charlatan. Drop your pretense and ask the child. Even he can see through you.
Could the dragon's words be true? And there is no true dream under those layers of armor.
A dragon bigger than those from the rhymes, but I won't be scared. A dragon bigger than those from the rhymes, but I won't be scared. That shiny armor, why does it click? His mouth is open, why does he not speak?
Though I'm not hungry, this snack's been delivered straight to my door.
The dragon's huge mouth instantly swallowed the Slayer's dream.
It's just as I expected. Long rotten dreams make for terrible food. This bad apple taste. What a disgrace.
The Slayer was also defeated.
So the tales of past battles did not hold up.
The dragon again departed the scene, leaving only the bewildered slayer in his wake.
Ooh, we can definitely write this off as incidental gains.
Oh, let's go into the next one. Yes.
Prepare to be blown away!
Crush! Flood of frost! I condemn you!
Oh, this is the second one.
Outside of the city gates, there lies a blessed stretch of prairie by the lake, with lush vegetation and a gentle, pleasant breeze. Seeking some time to rest, the wicked dragon landed with ease.
Darn it! Why is this guy getting in my way? My quest is to track the dragon. I don't have time to waste.
What rotten luck to get scammed before even concluding a single sale.
A lake across and so far away, the castle as if a bird in a cage. Have the humans finished preparing my meal, or do they yet believe they can defy their fate? A lake across and so far away, the castle as if a bird in a cage. Have the humans finished preparing my meal, or do they yet believe they can defy their fate? The sun is high and the land scorching. In the interest of comfort, I will seek a more accommodating base. For one promised moment of unrivaled taste, I have traveled for hundreds of miles and hungered over dozens of days. The humans better not exhaust my patience, for even I have never had unlimited grace.
Having spoken thus, the dragon sought relief in the shade, yet forthwith, from the other direction, a merchant came.
What rotten luck to get scammed before even concluding a single sale.
Darn it! Why is this guy getting in my way? My quest is to track the dragon. I don't have time to waste.
What rotten luck to get scammed before even concluding a single sale. I am a merchant who has traveled a very long way. Is this how this kingdom deals with trades? Throughout my entire career, I've never encountered a customer as loud or strange as this man today. To him, everything I have for sale is either a manipulative scheme for money or undeserving trifles of heinous quality. To think I even mistook him for some kind of connoisseur, when at the end of it all, he only made a fool of me. He never cared to close a sale. He just saw me as a challenge and refused to be defeated.
As the merchant stewed over his anger, yet another irritated soul came onto the scene.
Darn it! Why is this guy getting in my way? My quest is to track the dragon. I don't have time to waste. As an adventurer, defeating evil is my calling. Just the thought of him makes me enraged. All I said was that I've never heard of him, and he's treating that like the biggest mistake. Insulting me, claiming I want to steal his glory, and suggesting my quest is just a ploy.
Evil dragon, show yourself! Resistance is futile!
That's him! Oh, that must be him!
Ooh, we can definitely write this off as incidental gains.
Can happen.
Humans are truly a rude and rowdy lot. To think they can cause such a ruckus without even showing their faces.
The man in pursuit is the kingdom's famed fighter. Though the sun continues to blaze, he continues spiritedly with his chase.
Huh. Is there a show on, or... Well, whatever. I need to get home. How did I get here? Oh no, my wife's waiting for me to cook dinner.
I am long tired of my peaceful boudoir. I wish to fight alongside my soldiers.
I admire his fearless figure. It would be a dream to also one day prove my character.
It would seem that my boundless fame has caused even the evil dragon to lose its nerve. It would seem that my boundless fame has caused even the evil dragon to lose its nerve. It would seem that my boundless fame has caused even the evil dragon to lose its nerve.
As an enlightened dragon, one cannot tolerate such deranged words.
Aha! Evil dragon! I didn't believe you would actually come out and face me!
The puny human talks big and employs an aggressive tone. Yet does the substance of his dream back up his claim? Oh.
Oh, and the beast is silent! Is my dream so grand that even a dragon finds it difficult to consume?
As the noble warrior faced off against the evil dragon, the anxious princess and her entourage arrived at last. The nameless servant kept his eyes on the field. The warrior's words have ignited a fire within his heart.
I admire his fearless figure. It would be a dream to also one day prove my character.
Evil dragon, why do you not speak? Have you finally realized you should cower in fear?
I care not for those who are lesser. Your dream is massive, yet hollow in nature. For now, this enlightened dragon still cannot decide if it's fit to eat.
Oh, how vile of you to humiliate me, just because I'm an enemy! I regarded you as a worthy opponent, yet you use such insidious tactics! I, the world-famous fighter, will never fall before your degradation and trickery! You disgust me!
The fighter's animated speech kindled a burning flame within even the oft dispassionate heart of the royal lady.
I am long tired of my peaceful boudoir. I wish to fight alongside my soldiers.
Though one sees little reason to teach a lesson, perhaps no choice is left in the matter. Too many appetizers before the dish ruins the mood, but just for today, I can entertain an early platter.
To everyone's shock, the evil dragon then swallowed the fighter's dream in one big gulp.
It is just as I thought. Thin and crunchy, though empty under its shell. A most marvelous texture.
The warrior was handily defeated. So he was a gifted orator, but never a true fighter.
Conceit became his downfall. His power did not match his stature.
The dragon remained unsatiated. Under everyone's gaze, it flew away to parts unfamiliar.
Ooh, we can definitely write this off as incidental gains.
The third time she said that. Right, so let's go to the last part right there. Oh, is that guide me somewhere Arlo again? Right, so yeah. The third one. I mean the last one.
The dragon flew off and briefly rested at the gate.
Where are the guards? Are they too terrified to face their fate?
As the evil dragon made no attempts to move or hide, the princess and her entourage quickly arrived. The Princess Loyal Knight was the first to spot the creature, for he always rode far ahead.
The tactician is correct. We require a plan before we fight.
How dare the dragon be insolent as such? I pledge before the king to not let the princess come to harm. How dare the dragon be insolent as such? I pledge before the king to not let the princess come to harm. Mayhap our tactician can succeed with his wits and charm. Legends have it that he's the ultimate survivor. If he can ward against dangers with fastidious care, we need not recklessly suffer. Without a plan, we should not pull the trigger.
Unprecedented one indeed.
The loyal servant passed the message in a voice barely higher than a whisper. While the evil dragon rests, we will draw up a plan. Upon those words, she approached carefully, so the dragon would ignore her steps.
The tactician is correct. We require a plan before we fight. Thanks to my servant's far-sighted work, we have seized the initiative.
Oh, your highness honors me. I was simply doing my duty.
Placing the saddle on the right horse is the way of the world. Take your praise with pride. The tactician has fallen behind. Why does he falter? Did he get entangled in a struggle?
He promised to quell all draconic cataclysms. Perhaps he is torn between myriad schemes.
Through all faith and cynicism, the cautious tactician remained silent, his face one of dismay and gloom.
And a hindrance.
Oh, tactician, the dragon beckons. Please enlighten us about the stratagem.
Stratagem? No stratagem can be perfected so quickly for a situation this grave. More time is vital.
This merciful, enlightened one shall grant thee all the time in the world. Only at dusk will I call the dust to settle.
Hark! The evil dragon speaks! It was simply feigning sleep to lure us into peril.
Attendant B shook where he stood, stopping just short from falling to his knees. He muttered and apologized, then ran away to the gate without hesitation.
Not open. Oh dear, that's not good. Oh, yeah, we're gonna get some new mail again. What? Okay.
A reward on the road.
There should have to be one more lap, right? Second half. One more lap and it's all done.
The princess and her loyal servant rushed off to find him, while the dragon broke into laughter.
If the king had chosen to appease me, I wouldn't have been able to enjoy such a scene.
Leaving behind her tactician-seeking servant, the princess returned alone to keep the dragon under guard.
For the princess, I must fight!
If a mirage belies the tactician's wisdom, what may I call on to keep my kingdom?
If you ask me, this time of peace is truly fantastic. What with food and wine and beauties.
If a mirage belies the tactician's wisdom, what may I call on to keep my kingdom safe? The element of surprise fades. The dragon now lies calmly in wait. The tactician has lost his nerve, yet my servant followed in pursuit. Shockingly, open city gates greet me where guards should have stood.
An old guard arrived. Though he was quite visibly drunk, his footsteps were surprisingly steady.
If you ask me, this time of peace is truly fantastic. What with food and wine and beauties. The aristocrats have never known our hardships. The searing sun and the chilling wind. Dragons, tacticians, what a boatload of nonsense. My eyes are dim now, my ears ring. Why did they send me out to the front lines to take on a dragon?
Though the young guard learned much from his senior, he hasn't forgotten his wish to defend the kingdom.
That's gonna be something. Which one?
For the princess, I must fight!
The tactician's trail fades, but the guard should carry his weight.
For the princess, I must fight! With everyone gone, I am the last line of defense. I must save the kingdom from... Oh, my belly. Could it be? No, not right now.
Did he just run off? Must have been the food. The show must go on. Should I find someone to take his place?
What? Why did the guard run away? The show hasn't finished yet. The narrator said they'll have to find a replacement. Shall we go look for one?
The tactician's trail fades, but the guard should carry his weight.
What do with him?
There's a real guard over there. Let's go and ask him. Excuse me, did you see an actor running away?
Of course. How ridiculous. How could he waste such a great opportunity? If only it was me.
Wait, isn't this just perfect?
Well, I've seen them rehearse, but I'm still not a real actor.
But the other guy suddenly disappeared just as he got to, I am the last line of defense. We can't let that stand. As a guard, isn't it also your duty to protect the audience's wish to enjoy the play?
That's true, but...
It's always been your dream to perform on a stage. Let's bring him over!
My line should be... Look here, dragon!
Very well, very well. Let this enlightened one see if you have any battle prowess to back up that shout.
The loyal servant finally returned just as the terrible fight was about to break out.
The tactician's trail fades, but the guard should carry his weight. No, I should have led him into battle. I was still way too late.
The late arrival let out a resigned sigh, even as the dragon raised the stakes. Though the young guard fought with valor, the cunning dragon still snapped up the prize in one take.
If I had worked harder during training, I wouldn't feel so helpless today.
Though my appetite remains healthy, you did well to quench my cravings. The portions were modest, yet the taste remained rather satisfying. If the appetizers had already entertained me so, surely the main dish would cast a spell.
Thus, again satisfied, the proud dragon licked its mouth and leisurely flew off.
Remarkable condition.
My most distinguished guests, please hear me. I'm sure you have watched the first 4 acts. I hope you've been enjoying the show. The stage is now set for the final act. There is still something I need to follow up with backstage. I am terribly sorry that I could not escort you to the final stage personally, but I'll see you there.
Yes, we got them all. Now we go for, for the last ever act. Okay, there's much more higher ground, so we can fly through. Right here. So it's that one.
The sun's about to set, and the moon soon to rise. Our time is almost up, but evil survives. The famed attendants all took on the dragon, but they fell one by one. I made a vow when all of this began. But now I fear my vow has become a farce.
As her most loyal servant, I should share her worries. I am a nobody, but thanks to her, I was given a place. Nevertheless, I admire the princess's diligence and kindness. Please, don't dwell in sadness. We can reflect on the trio's mistakes.
Your counsel is valid. Let me recall their words and deeds.
An inflated ego, yet falling at the first hurdle. The princess remembered what she'd seen.
The ego? Which one?
To protect myself, I ran away and let others take my place. My past has proved my deeds. My laurels should now be able to speak for me.
I fancied myself a fighter, but my enemy saw right through me. I overestimated my ability.
No, not that one either.
I fancied myself a fighter, but my enemy saw right through me. I overestimated my ability. I couldn't win against a strong enemy, but I also clung hard to my conceit. I lacked respect because I feared others wouldn't respect me.
A dream that was massive in size, yet hollow inside. Lots of guts, but no ability.
Teach you all right. Mark my words.
A supposedly foolproof plan, yet with no one to see it through. The princess remembered again.
To protect myself, I ran away and let others take my place. All my plans evaporated when I saw the dragon in front of me. I did survive everything, but every time I did so by abandoning those standing next to me.
He was a tactician with neither morals nor strategy. It's natural to be cautious, but one who abandons their comrades is no hero.
Avoiding the present and only speaking endlessly of past glories, the princess remembered one last time.
More speed.
My past has proved my deeds. My laurels should now be able to speak for me. To give my life now would be foolish. It's elementary to balance risk and benefits.
His past has faded. All he has now is his former glory. The spirit has decayed. He has long forgotten the taste of his dream. Ah, if they all failed to defeat the dragon, then with only my dream and my rapier, how can I possibly defeat the dragon?
Though I am but a lowly bystander in the palace, I know you to be humble and grounded. You are never selfish or merciless. All know you for your eagerness and diligence, your dreams that are no less than gold. Your Highness, please don't underestimate yourself. Believe in your golden ideals, and that you will slay that dream-devouring dragon for good.
What do we have here?
It is almost night. The dragon has changed its name to the Starving One.
I've had snack after snack, but dinner still eludes me. I've had snack after snack, but dinner still eludes me. Snacks are distractions. In the end, they have no true substance. What's more, some of these just make me feel sick. I'm afraid only a true golden dream can sufficiently quench my cravings.
The loyal servant approached quietly to observe the dragon. For the princess, he will do any and everything.
More speed.
Oh.
For my promise to the king, but also to make her happy, even if it seems impossible. Huh? The dragon looks strange. Why is it covering its chest? Let's hear what it's mumbling.
I shouldn't have underestimated the humans, or been so gluttonous. Now that my stomach is churning, I have no strength left to face off against the king.
Oh yes, I'll teach you all right. Mark my...
Overjoyed, the loyal servant rushed back to share the news.
My heart is full of courage. I will wield my rapier with pride.
Look! There's a spot above its heart that isn't covered by scales! Take it down while it's still weak.
Evil dragon, I challenge thee to protect my kingdom!
Filthy human!
With a fearless thrust, the princess fulfilled her pledge.
The world opens itself before those who do not forget their dreams and nobility. Thank you as well, my loyal servant. You deserve a fitting reward. In light of our recent trials, I will name you...
Oh, yeah.
The Shatterer of Despair, Flugel der Dunkelheit, servant of the Prinzessin der Verurteilung. Finally, the princess personally defeated the dragon, and peace returned to the kingdom. All praise, all praise.
Oh, the show was a resounding success. Our thanks to all of the actors and actresses, and our thanks to everyone who came in to support us. Oh, of course, we must thank you as well, Traveler and Paimon. I really appreciated your undivided attention. Yes, the title is Tale of the Sword-Wielding Princess. Well, anyway, the important thing is not the sword in the hand, but the courage in the heart. Back to business. Now that the curtains have closed, I would like to take this rare opportunity to invite the Traveler and Paimon to take a photo with the crew. Please don't refuse. Come.
He's like, take the photo and take the treasure and run.
Is everyone ready? 3, 2, 1. Yay!
Whoa! Tone down the excitement, buddy. Are you sure that the photo is fine?
It's totally fine. Thank you again, Traveler and Paimon. Ah, summer. Wonderful summer. Ah, the good times never last. I wish times like this would be like a show that never ends.
Oh, that's that. Time to take the pressure chest and run.
Ooh, we can definitely write this off as incidental gains.
I have heard a thing or two about how Her Eminence, the Tian Quan, operates. On the subject, I also happen to have a limited edition copy of Liyue Millennial, if you're interested. What do you say? Shall I have someone fetch it so we can play a game?